Alright guys, that's the lab time again. We have a basic redistribution lab for you, and we are gonna accomplish in our lab 4 steps. In the first step, we need to configure EIGRP and OSPF with no summarization for the network above. Okay. Then we need to activate full mutual redistribution between OSPF and EIGRP networks. All routers must see all routes on the routing tables. Implement all metrics. Pay attention that OSPF external routes should not increase their metrics. Okay. Then we need to implement a distribute list filter so that just the odd loopbacks of the router 1 is seen on OSPF domain. All even subnets, including physical networks, should not be seen from the OSPF domain side. In the last step, it's saying us that implement route map filter so that just /24 routes are seen at the EIGRP domain. Alright. What we're gonna do in here is we need to configure basic EIGRP and basic OSPF configurations on router 1, 2, and 3. Then I'm gonna configure redistribution on router 2 to provide communication between EIGRP to OSPF and OSPF to EIGRP as well. Then I'm gonna implement a distribute list so just the odd loopbacks of router 1 will be visible to OSPF domain. Then I'm gonna implement a route map filter so that just /24 routes are seen at the EIGRP domain. Just /24, and I don't want this /30 routes. Alright. What I'm gonna do in here first, guys, is to configure the basic EIGRP and OSPF for the routers in my topology. Alright, I'm going ahead with router 1, which is in the EIGRP AS100. Router 1, show IP interface brief, router EIGRP 100, network 10.1, okay, then network 10.1.0.0, alright, cool, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright, I finished this. I'm switching to router 3. This is on the OSPF side. I'm gonna use area 0, I think. Let me check. Yes. Router OSPF 1 and network belongs to area 0, alright. Then network, which one begins with the /30? Alright, 11 networks. Area 0, 8, 9, and 10 also belongs to area 0, and network, let me check. We are using a different subnet mask for here, which is /30, So that I'm gonna use this wildcard mask, 0003 wildcard mask for the network given. Alright. Area 0, 4, and 8. Okay, let's go to router 2. Show IP interface brief. Router EIGRP 100. Let's go. Network. And router OSPF 1. Network. Area 0. Alright. I finished the basic configuration. In here, all OSPF and EIGRP configurations are made, as you can see. And the first step is accomplished, but I need to use no auto on EIGRP site as well. Alright, let's do it. No auto. Oops. Rather, I already configured this guy, and I'm gonna configure this guy. Rather EIGRP 100 and no auto. Alright, the first step is finished. Let's go with the second one. Activate full methyl redistribution between OSPF and EIGRP networks. Cool. All routers must see all routes on the routing tables, implement all metrics, pay attention that OSPF external routes should not increase their metrics. Alright, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna configure a methyl redistribution between OSPF and EIGRP domains, so let's do it. I'm on router 2, router OSPF 1, redistribute EIGRP. Whoa, what the hell is going on? I'm sorry. 100 with a metric type of 2, because the question is saying me that the external OSPF routes should not increase their metrics, right? Okay. If I just configure like this, only the classful networks will be redistributed. So I need to use subnet keywords to redistribute to classless networks as well. Alright, the correct solution is redistribute EIGRP 100 subnets with a metric type of 2. Okay, now I'm going to configure redistribution from OSPF to EIGRP. Let's go. Router EIGRP 100, redistribute OSPF 1 metric. Okay, delay, load, MTU, and blah blah blah. Okay, I just configured the redistribution accurately, so I need to check the step if there's something more to do or not. Activate. Okay, all routers must see all routes on the routing table. I'm gonna check this guy. If I'm seeing all these routes on router 3 and router 1, I need to see these guys on router 3, and I need to see all of these guys on the router 1 side. Alright, let's go and type some show IP route for router 1. Show IP route. Okay, pretty cool. I'm seeing the external networks. These guys are coming from the OSPF. Good. Then check here if I'm gonna see the E2 routes or not. I'm receiving them as well. here, there, here, there. Okay, we configured properly, and that's our proof. And let's go ahead with the third step. The third step is saying us that implement the distribute list filter so that just the odd loopbacks of rudder 1, this guy's odd loopbacks, is seen on OSPF domain. All even subnets should not be seen from the OSPF side. Alright. What I'm gonna configure in here is I'm gonna configure access list, and I'm gonna hit the odd loopbacks. Then I'm gonna implement that distribute list. Okay. Let's go. I'm on rudder 2. Access list 1 permit 10 1 1 0 0 0 0 255 3 and 5. Okay, I hit them. Then rudder OSPF 1, distribute list 1 out. Okay, let's see what's going on. Implement distribute list so that just the odd loopbacks of the rudder 1 is seen on OSPF domain. Let's check it from the rudder 3. Show IP route, and here they are. As you can see that I just see the 10.1.1, 10.1.3 and 10.1.5, and here is the output of the show IP route before I implement the distribute list. Okay, I finished this guy too, and we have just one more step to accomplish. I'm gonna implement a route map filter so that just the /24 routes are seen at EIGRP domain. So what I'm gonna do in here is to define a prefix list this time. I'm on rudder 2 again, and I'm gonna define an IP prefix list, which is name of network EL, let's say, and I'm gonna permit /8 and less than or equal to /24. Okay, then I'm gonna create a route map. Route map filter OSPF to EIGRP permit 10, match IP address prefix list network EL, then rudder EIGRP 100 redistribute OSPF 1 metric, this guys, with a route map filter OSPF to EIGRP. Alright guys,